Alright guys, so today's video we go over how to make World Series as a no money spent player. Now the big thing about this video is it not only works for no money spent players, but it works for literally anyone. If you put a little bit of money in the game and you grind it a little bit, then it also works for you. And I go over basically just my mindset, things that I do, cards that I think are big changes and that you guys need to get, and kind of just some of the things that I've done to kind of cheese my way to the top. I go over the things that they don't really tell you in this video, so stay to the end and keep some of these tips as they will just make you a better player. Anyways, as always, before we get into this, if you guys can hit that like button, hit that sub button, I'd really appreciate it. Let's get right into the video. What's up guys? So today we are going to actually be going over how to win more games in MLB The Show 20 Diamond Dynasty. Now I know my rating isn't very high, but I haven't played ranked this season to show a little bit of credibility. We'll look at my record and stuff like that. I've made World Series pretty much every single season. I'm 182 and 117. And I've basically been one of the top 500 players in the first couple of seasons, and I kind of just stopped playing ranked a lot, but I still have to consider myself a high-level player, and I'm going to go over how I win tons of baseball games, and basically what I'm going to be going over on this video is completely applicable to you guys, because a lot of the stuff that I do is kind of cheesy, a little bit of extra gritty type stuff, and my mindset's a lot different than a lot of good players' mindsets. I mean, I've beat people who have finished top 15, top 100 in ESL, and I just kind of wanted to go over some of my tips and kind of go over some of the things that I do that make me a good player. Another thing, I'm a no money spent player, so for you guys who are like, I can't be good because I don't put money into the game, I've got 700,000 stubs, I've got Mike Trout, I've got a God Squad, and I did all this by being no money spent. I'm going to go over some of the things that you need to do to make your team better, to win more games, and kind of mindset to go. This isn't necessarily going to be a gameplay video, as more of just a walkthrough video, and we're going to go over some of the things that I have done that have made me better. My first tip is grind the good free-to-play players. Tatis is one of those. I know that Tatis may cost about 40 to 60,000 stubs based on the top now players that you need to get, but he is a card that you guys should definitely consider picking up because he's just that good. For me, he's hitting 392 and 148 ABs. Like, guys, that is nuts. He's in my 7-hole, but honestly, I should probably move him up because he's been hitting absolute bombs. My next thing is going to be, look at some of the pitchers that I have. These are meta pitchers. Nate Pearson you can get for free. 2.3 ERA, absolute animal. This guy has got one of the best pitchers in the game, hands down. This new Bob Gibson, I have not used him yet, but he looks nuts. He's going to be, the one thing is a lot of people are going to have this card, but the thing about Bob Gibson is he was really good last year whenever he was an inning boss. This card was nuts, and I can really see him being an absolute animal. Obviously, it's super sad that he passed, but he is a great card, and MLB The Show, and you guys should definitely use this card. And don't just take it from me, even the top players, guys like Kyle are using this card, and people that are in like the top 100, top 150 are loving Bob Gibson. Don't just take it from me. This is a really good card. Forrest Whitley, another guy, really cheap guys. My next thing is going to be analyze your budget beasts and use budget beasts efficiently. For a team like mine, I'm not going to completely buy these 1 million stub cards. I do not have Wagner. I do not have people like Casey Mize and Bob Feller. However, I have budget guys that are pretty much the same and do just as well. Example, Forrest Whitley. Even pro players love this card. I love Forrest Whitley. I love his pitch mix. Know your pitch style. Know how you pitch, guys. If you're like me and you love sinker cutter, then use these guys. Like, I love Greg Maddux, I love Oral, and I love Whitley because they are my sinker cutter guys. I know what I'm going to get from them. They have really good stuff. The two caveats to that is obviously Bob Gibson. He does have a sinker and a slider, but he's not necessarily the same guy as the other guys. So know your pitching style, know what you're going to do, and it's going to make you a lot of a better player because once you have a game set and you have a mindset and you know what you're doing on each time whenever you pitch, my big thing is I like to just absolutely spam sinkers and cutters. It's a little glitchy, it's a little not offsetting, but not what a lot of people like to do, but it works and it wins me ball games, and that's why I like it. A big thing with Greg Maddux, Oral Hershiser, or Forrest Whitley, you should be throwing your sinker about 60% of the time and your cutter another about 25% of the time. I run sinker cutter almost the whole game and it doesn't get stopped with an occasional changeup or an occasional curveball in the dirt. But sinker cutter, it does wonders. I know that you might be like, I'm throwing the same pitches every single time. It's a really hard pitch to hit. Just kind of locate a little bit differently and kind of just vary up your sequences and you'll be fine. Another guy that I really think that not a lot of people people still use a ton is Raleigh Fingers. Use Raleigh Fingers, guys. He's a free-to-play player, and he's one of the best pitchers in the game. I mean, he's still an animal from the pen. This guy is an absolute dog. I recommend using this guy because he's that good. 270 ERA in 43 innings for me. This guy's been the most locked guy in my pen. He has pitched way better than Prestige Mariano Rivera and even like guys like Lee Smith and stuff like that. He has done so good. Know your budget beasts. Know who you're going to use. And just get really good at this. Another thing, grind your free-to-play players. Babe Ruth. If you guys don't have Babe Ruth and you're trying to make it to World Series and trying to make it top of this and you're no money spent, honestly, guys, shame on you. He is so good. I know a lot of people don't like his swing and it's a lot of time to put into the game, but if you want that extra just little edge, Babe Ruth is going to get you as a no money spent player. He is amazing. Another thing is know how to use your lineup. I have Ty Cobb in my leadoff spot. Ty Cobb, I bunt cheese with. He's hitting 330 for me, but he was hitting like 200 way back when. This guy is an animal. Bunt cheesing, I know a lot of people hate on it, but it's in the game. I'm going to abuse it. If you guys bunt cheese, you don't have to be good to be bunt cheese. Literally all you have to do, flick the right stick and tap triangle whenever a pitch is about to come. You drag it to the first base side, and you can use guys like this. Guys that are the best at it, I'd say Ty Cobb, I'd say Kenny Lofton, and even the Honus Wagner's really good. Biggio bunt cheese is also in my A spot, and he is hitting 367 for me. Guys, I've been bunt cheesing with this guy all year, and he's hitting 367. He's hitting better than guys like Mike Trout, I'm pretty sure. Mike Trout's hitting 317. He actually swings the bat for me. But Biggio is a bunt cheese guy, and so is Ty Cobb. These guys both have above 330 batting averages. If you're not going to bunt cheese, then I understand why you're not going to do it. It is cheesy, but I do it a lot, and it works well for me. That's how I win a lot of ball games. Another thing that I'm going to say is that for you no money spent players who are wanting to get good cards, getting good amazing cards, and getting an increase on stub counts, you got to grind your moments. Like, I hate to say it, but grinding your moments is really important. I grinded my postseason moments. I did all these. I literally got about 200K from this. Each card was selling for about 20K. Don't do your sell now orders. Actually put buy orders in or sell orders in for the cards, and you can get a lot more stubs. I probably made about 15K more stubs just by doing this alone, and it's really important because if you're doing this, you're getting a lot of stuff. Another thing, I haven't done all the tops now, but I've done some of them, and basically the cards that I want, I do, and if I ever need more stubs, then I'll just go back and do these. You're getting about 30K a pop. And getting about 30K pop for these cards is really important because you need these stubs to become better and better. The better team you are, the better cards you're going to get. This is to my next point, is I'm going to say do Mickey Mantle and Gary Sheffield and the Biggio collections. Obviously, almost everyone has done this by this year, but these cards are so good. I mean, I'm hitting 340 with Mickey Mantle, but the thing about Mickey Mantle is he's been on my team for literally forever. He's got 540 ABs, the most ABs on my team. These guys are really, really good, and you need these guys in your life. You're going to be facing a lot of God squads, and honestly, guys, this year is the most no money spent year that it has ever been. MLB The Show 19 with the Sig Packs and Kenley Jansen. Everyone was so expensive. It was impossible to get stubs. This year you got huge events. You got stuff like this. Let's go into the events. My next point. Do your events. The thing about your events is that doing your events gets you so many stubs. I'm going to have Gossage by the end of this week. And even if you don't want this card, which I would highly recommend keeping this card because he is going to be so good. He is disgusting, and if you don't like him, you can sell him for 400K stubs. People don't want to play the event. It's not that hard right now. It's literally 3-inning games. I know it's a lot of grind, but it'll make your team so much better. This is how I have This is literally how I have 700,000 stubs, and I've completed Trout in all of the collections. Is simply because I have grinded the events. The events get me about 200,000 stubs every single time. I might not finish it first, but even if I don't, I'm selling guys like Mad Bum for 150K whenever everyone else doesn't want him, which is insane. The thing about this year that I love is the Moments Extreme challenges are huge. I didn't finish them, but I got Pearson. I just didn't like. I didn't really like Lou Gehrig, and I just didn't think he'd be a part of my team. But the thing is that all of these guys will make your lineup that much better, and that's why they're super good. I hope this kind of helped you out, as I kind of just poured in all of my tips and tricks and things that I do to make me the type of level that I am today at playing MLB The Show 20 Diamond Dynasty. If you made it to the end of the video, or you have any concerns or questions on some of the things that I said, let me know in the comment section below, and I'd really appreciate it and love to talk about it. Thank you guys for catching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.